We have such an honor today in the International Trumpet Days to have here the Grammy Award-winning trumpeter, educator and composer, Maestro Charlie Porter, and conductor, composer and producer, Maestro Kristjan Järvi. Thank you so much that you found time for this small interview. How do you feel?
Well, I feel pretty good. I feel very good.
I feel great. It's great to be in Estonia once more.
Great. So the first question is addressed to Maestro Charlie Porter. If I'm correct that you have been in Estonia before and your connection started already 20 years ago, maybe you tell us a little bit about it?
Yes. Oh, the first time I came to Estonia, I was playing in a musical group, and the name of the group was the Absolute Ensemble, and it was led by Kristjan Järvi. And I joined that group when I was 19 years old, and it was just maybe a year or two later that we ended up going to Estonia, and also we went to Latvia and some other places, and we were recording and performing, and it was my first time to the Baltic states, and it was also the first time getting introduced to this wonderful culture, and I've been coming back more recently because I met evad as a result of touring with and helping to coach the Baltic Youth Orchestra, also conducted and led by Kristjan Järvi. And he kind of hooked that up, and through that meeting I've become good friends with evad, and of course he is doing the trumpet competition and heading up things, and has asked me so graciously to keep returning. So it's wonderful to come back.
Wonderful. And today we heard your wonderful work, Octet, Song for Ellis, as you said previously that it's dedicated to your son. And one of the works was also Eulogy, that is dedicated to Maestro Avots. Maybe just shortly you tell about your work as well. And if I'm correct, that the Eulogy you wrote in the airplane?
Yes. So the eulogy, I had been thinking about writing something for Avo for the past couple of months. I wasn't sure if it would be appropriate or if it was something that would be welcomed or not, but I felt compelled on the plane ride as I was thinking about things and thinking about Avo and thinking about his wonderful kids and this competition to write something. And once I presented the idea to the Oates brothers, they said, "Oh, of course, you have to play this." And so it all happened a little bit last minute, which is kind of the way I sometimes operate, and in a more improvisatory style. But it's from the heart, and I think it came out sometimes better. Sometimes things come out better when they are produced in a shorter amount of time than a longer period of time with more planning. It really just depends. You have to go with your gut feeling and your heart. The octet, on the other hand, is something that I wrote over a period of time, more conceptual in nature and using various little composer tricks, and as Kristjan will attest, copying a lot of my favorite composers and using some of their stuff here and there. The piece for Ellis was one that I composed actually for choir and muted trumpet, and it was this is the first time that I've ever performed it live. It was recorded on one of my recent albums. And again, it was with a choir of singers and not with brass players. So this was a lot of fun to get the chance to adapt it for a brass choir and hear how beautiful that sounds in this lovely church. So
wonderful. And throughout the years, of course, you met Maestro Avots many times.
Yes. Avots is it's funny, you know, he never spoke great English, and I didn't speak very good Estonian or any Estonian at all, for that matter. But we always would connect in other ways, and we would talk without talking, if that makes any sense. And one of the last things that I saw, I think the last time I saw him was when he would always come to the jazz gigs that I do at Philly Joe's, and was always such a big supporter of, some teachers are very strict and say, oh, it has to be only classical, or no, it's only this. And what I love about Avo is how welcoming he was to all the different genres and influences, and it's very much in the same spirit that of Kristjan Järvi has always been promoting musical omnivorism, really just eating it all and really finding ways to make connections. And so I felt that was an idea that was really fostered by Avo, and of course he was doing something amazing as a trumpet teacher, because he's just producing one after another amazing trumpet players. So he will be missed, and I definitely miss him, but at the same time, I think he would be really happy to know that this competition and this family, this group of trumpet players, is still going on, and that we're all here thinking of him and making music for him.
Wonderful. Maestro Kristjan Järvi, have you met Avo? Maybe you like something to add?
I've met him briefly. I didn't know him personally, but I know his sons, and his sons are such incredible talents, just innate talents. Neme played in Baltic Youth Philharmonic about, I think, maybe 12 years ago or something like that. And that orchestra has gone through many transformations, and now it's actually not even called Baltic Sea Philharmonic, which we have been called for a long time, but we call ourselves BSP, because, like Charlie said, the attitude of these musicians who were on stage today, it's really a band mentality, and actually Avo, he always kind of fostered that kind of feeling that, wait a minute, it's not an achievement, to play just well. It's actually, there's something beyond just playing and doing stuff together. There's a whole understanding that comes with it. And actually, Neme now, just this past year, joined BSP again, in Brno and Berlin, and Janot, who is not only a great trumpet player, but a fantastic pianist, as you heard tonight. He actually is a regular assistant to my father, doing all sorts of Mahler symphonies, and actually even playing Haydn's piano concerto with him. So this family is a powerhouse. It's a force, and I'm so very glad that they had a father like him, who I wish I would have only known better, but his sons carry on his awesomeness. That's the best way I could put it, because it's not a legacy. It's actually how to be. It's a way of being. And here Charlie is in Estonia. I can't be happier to actually, one of my we don't keep in touch in that sense very, like, we don't call each other every day, but we're such close friends that months or even years can go by, and it seems like no time has gone by at all.
Wonderful, yes. Avo, he was a maestro who tried to connect young talent with master, and like you, Kristjan, you work with young talents every day in Baltic Sea Philharmonic, in summer Järvi Academy, new conductors. What do you think, what is the significance of also today's International Trumpet Days, and what was this impulse that you said, I want to do this?
Well, I want to support my friends. This is all about a big happening, which is actually the party that's going on inside you, And if you want to spread that party to other people, then you got to join them, And that's the whole idea of synergy and energy and actually how things happen in the world. You have to support the people who are doing stuff, you know, because so many people aren't doing anything, you know. And so if you see that people are doing things, then you got to go and say, like, yeah, do more of that. And then in that sense, we're one family, you know. Estonians are all one family, actually. They should be, you know, even if they yet are maybe not. I'm working on it, so we will become so.
Wonderful. And two more questions. Today's concert program includes amazing international repertoire interpreted by wonderful interprets and the Brass Academy. Today we had premieres, Maestro Charlie Porter, Timo Steiner, Stefan Johnson. Maybe just with few words, that what is your emotions about the program and how was the concert for you? Your emotions.
Okay. Oh.
Maybe you'd like to point something out.
Well, as a listener of two of the premieres on the program, in terms of the bigger pieces, I was really blown away at how that music interacted with this space. Some of the, like, Kristjan was mentioning honesty in music, and what kind of really hit me over the head was actually how honest and very plain yet powerful parts of these pieces were. I really loved how the composers weren't afraid to just kind of take some, I almost imagine a kid building with little building blocks and stacking them different ways and just having fun with it and not really trying to impress anyone. And that's, the pieces really, they spoke to me that way. And maybe that's also, I definitely think with composers, Estonian composers like Arvo Pärt and other people that have been introduced to me by Kristjan, that's maybe seemingly one of the musical tendencies is towards more simplistic, but yet greater in some ways and more powerful musical ideas. So as far as my piece goes, I was just happy to have it within the mix. And it was a very interesting, eclectic mix if you think about the whole range of things that we had going on this evening. So I felt like just as an audience member, it really pushed a lot of different buttons for me. Everything from the most raucous to the most soft and very serene kind of sounds. So it was great to partake in that.
And Maestro Kristjan, Järvi?
I definitely can tell you that it was a mixed bag, you know, of different things. I mean, very wall to wall, so to say. But the pieces two pieces which really kind of touched me was Song for Ellis, you know. Because this is something that reminded me very much of the honesty that is still in Joe Zawinul's music, and we both, I personally, and I think Charlie as well, are extremely not only influenced but forever touched by this thing, which is something that I'm aspiring to every single day. You know, I want to be more and more and still more like my, I could say, mentor. You know, Joe Zawinul. You know, and he's picked up on it. I've picked up on it, and there is a certain something which is in Estonian music. You're right, like in Timo Steiner's music at the end of his piece. All of a sudden you see like the whole world just opening up, and it's so beautiful, and it's so simple, and really deep and fantastic, you know. And I told him he just put this song festival in the last part of his piece, and I love it, and I truly, sincerely love it. So I'm maybe, you know, a huge. I don't want to say patriot, but a real fan in all its earnestness and sincerity of what the energy of this piece of land holds, and it's in all of us, and we have to recognize this and not just kind of like say it's nice, but actually realize that it's an incredible force. It's a force beyond many people's comprehension, because it's actually it defies materia. It defies all of this stuff which you see here. It's bigger than that, and in fact it is the stuff that it makes us who we are, and I wish actually to spread, not only through Arvobert, but through all of these people like Dimos, Steiner, and also we have other incredible composers who are not maybe as well recognized as Arvobert, but we need to help them. We need to perform their music. We need to help them get out of Estonia. And actually as a conductor, which I was here exclusively as, I didn't produce this concert, I was a guest supporting my peeps, so to say, and I think, if I would have contributed musically to this, meaning compositionally, it would have been kind of a different thing for myself. But I was yet again in the role of just conductor, and it's fantastic. I love it because you can actually, you have kind of you have a very objective view on things. Not a subjective view, but an objective view, and you lose that sometimes when your music is played, because then you're so attached to it. And here I wasn't so attached to it. I could assess, and the assessment is good.
Wonderful. And the last question. You have founded together Grammy-nominated electroacoustic absolute ensemble. Like, just with few words, how it started, and when is the next concert?
Well,
like to go?
That's a good question. The next concert, you just heard the latest concert, actually. Because Absolute Ensemble is, in a way, it's not only a band.
It's an idea.
Yeah, it's an idea. It's a mindset. And what we did today was kind of exactly what we weren't even joking about it. It was a little bit like being at Absolute Ensemble rehearsals yesterday and today, because everything was kind of like all over the place. But the result was good, And Absolute Ensemble, Martin Kuskman, for example, he's having a concert right now, next door. Another absoluter, and many of those values have now kind of been carried over into BSP, which is this band basically which plays orchestral instruments. We never got there with Absolute Ensemble, but you never know. We might have a reunion one day.
And Martin's, of course, a bassoonist, and he's got this amazing program called Bassu Nova.
Yeah. No, but that's all absolute.
That's crazy.
That's an absolute idea.
Exactly. Creating these different kind of opportunities.
But you know how we started this thing? It was actually a friend of mine, Gene Pritzker, and we wanted to create a concert, actually, which was a benefit concert for homeless people. So we collected people, and players, and music, and everything. We actually created the audience. We created the orchestra, which wasn't even called Absolute Ensemble then, but we called the concert Music for Change. So it was kind of like, hey, do you have any change, brother? Or change? Or at the same time, we wanted to actually change the whole musical landscape of what was seemingly something that we couldn't relate to, the New York Philharmonic stuff, the very intellectual, kind of things which still go on, and the more and more we live, the more we see all of those structures coming crashing down. And so I'm very happy that I contributed to the to the rise of a new era, I would say. You know, that's the best way to put it. And I couldn't do it without my mates like Charlie and Gene and Mr. Basun Nova, you know, I mean Martin Kuskman, and so many others who are just really, you know, like in BSP right now, a lot of people they don't know actually what they're part of, but they like it, you know, and that's the most important thing, you know. But what they will find out is that they're part of something which is actually musical history. You know, people will write about this.
Yeah. Well, I like how you say you're in a band. So that, for me, is the mentality we should have in any group that we're in, because otherwise, you don't foster those relationships and those things that you get out of a band. The experience that you get, like, out of a garage band.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly. Yeah.
Like you're learning all the music in a really organic and honest way. And sometimes you just show up and it's on a stand and it's on a piece of paper and you're just playing your part. It's not quite the same.
No, it's just you're just. I told Charlie when you stand here and you're playing and you're not reading, you own the whole thing. You know? You are actually the entire space. But if you're reading, you're just a reader.
Yeah.
You know? And I don't know. I'm actually very, very happy that this is now happening in Estonia, not in New York. That actually the nucleus of all of this stuff is here. You know. Yeah. And it's at the place. It's at the source of honesty. And actually, tonight's concert was a great. Opening to this festival, to this trumpet festival, brass festival, and
oh, sorry.
And I think that Neme and Jan and all of the family actually.
And I wanted to give a shout out also, Nelly and of course Mai. I mean, we mentioned the Oates brothers, but I think they're also a big part of the powerhouse of this family.
Yeah. No, I mean...
And Evie, of course.
Yes, the mother,
Yeah.
yes. I mean, she actually, it's like my mother, you know. I mean, we're kind of, thanks to our mothers, actually, thanks to our parents, this is all possible.
Yeah. Good mom.
Good parents. Okay. Thanks.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for the interview, and it's been an absolutely wonderful to talk to you.